I am wise. I am that we hear beyond just a natural, but we see what has been formed in the invisible. Thank you. Charge the atmosphere with your presence, with your glory. For it's not by power, nor by might, but by your spirit, by the eternal spirit that breathes in us, that we live, move, and have our being. As we come as one and unify in the spirit, may our communities, may our homes, may our businesses flourish and prosper in all things. Oh, you're a magnificent God, ever present, ever present. You is our present help this day. You say, he that dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. May we abide under the shadow of the Almighty today. Days to come, infinite presence, infinite wisdom, infinite guidance. Rose ke la ba la ba so la ba sheke la sete la boshata. Oh ba 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 sheke la ba sanda la ba sheke la ba sa. Rebe be 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 ki anda la ba sheke la ba so to la mashande. Rebe ki ka la ba sheke la ba to la masa la ba ki anda la ba. Oh la ba 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 sheke la ba shata la ba. Kora baba baba de Dioso kola mashanda la la ba ki anda la ba. Rebe bebe ki anda la ba soto la masheke. Kola baba baba sheke la sala ba ki anda la ba. Kola baba baba ki anda la ba sheke la basata. Rebe bebe ki anda la ba soto. Kola baba baba sheke. We thank you for clarity. Clarity in the spirit. We worship you, Father. We worship you in this place. We worship you in this place. Thank you, Father. Thank you. We magnify you. Thank you. Hallelujah. Can I just talk to you for just a moment from our very heart as we go forward? You can be seated for just a moment. Hallelujah.
I give myself away.
I give myself away. Let me just play it on the instrument for a moment. And if you want to find it, because as you give yourself to the very presence and the very essence of the very infinity God that caused all things to happen. And when you do that, you actually take your eyes off of everything around you for just a moment. Not that you're not dealing with things, you understand? But you take your eyes off things for just a moment and put it on the infinite presence of God, the one that created you, the one that caused you to exist. Because even if you wasn't present to this moment, you wouldn't even have the experience that you have now, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, just because you're present. That means you're able to do something about the present moment. Because this is between you and God, nobody else. And you have to give permission for it to happen. Sometimes God will put us in places, in unusual and strange places to see how we gonna respond. When we just accustomed to certain things at a certain place at a certain time, but when it's all disrupted, what do? You have to give yourself away. In that moment, the Bible talks about you go in and out and you find green pastures. You go in and find that peace, and you go in and exert that peace. And when you come back out, everything that you was dealing with had to experience the peace that you brought out of that place. Do you know the song, I Give Myself Away? Thank you.
I give myself away. Oh, I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Myself away so you can use me. Here I am, here I stand, Lord, my life is in your hands. Lord, I'm longing to see your desire revealed in me. I give myself away. I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Give myself away so you can use me. Take my heart, take my life as a living sacrifice. All my dreams, all my myself to you. Oh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Oh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. I give myself away. Oh, I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself I give myself away so you can use me. Give myself away.
At this time, the altar is open. As you continue to sing, those that want to just come to the altar and just release.
So
Just release.
can
It's a choice.
give myself away.
It's a prophetic gesture.
Give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Oh, I give myself away so you can use me. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Oh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Ooh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Ooh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. I give myself away. Oh, I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Yeah, I give myself away so you can use me. myself away. Oh, I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away.
Thank you.
Yeah, I give myself away so you can use me. My life is not my own. To you I belong.
Thank you, Father.
I give myself to you.
Thank you, Father.
Ooh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. My life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Ooh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Ooh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Oh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Lord, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Oh, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. Lord, my life is not my own. To you I belong. I give myself to you. I give myself away. Oh, I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Oh, I give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away. Give myself away so you can use me. I give myself away.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, I give myself away so you can use me. give myself, I give myself
those
to you.
They're struggling with making decisions where thoughts have come
My life
seemingly from out of nowhere.
to you I need.
Before you make a drastic decision
I give myself,
on some things,
I give myself.
find that still place and listen
Life is
to the voice of the presence of God in you. I know that the mind has a way of sending so many distractions in a season, in a time when it seems like it's so chaotic. In the sense of the global spectrum, the world and everything else around us is chaotic. And many times, because of your sensitivity in the spirit, you pick up on many signals that's really not yours. And you pick up on these signals because of what's going on in the atmosphere. That's why the Bible talks about we wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities, spiritual wickedness in high places. And sometimes because of our sensitivity in the spirit, you're tuned into channels in the spirit. And if you're not careful, we'll begin to play those things that's going on globally and around us and begin to take it on personally. But those are not for you. You have to be able to discern in this season so clearly what is for you. What is for you? It may not radiate what we consider to be the crowd. You know what I'm saying? But it's designed for you as an individual. Because only there is where you're going to find eternal peace. In that place. In that place is where we are looking for. Many people, again, we all do it from time to time. We're searching, but we're really searching outside of ourselves instead of searching within. Now, once you find that place within, it may lead you to some other physical places. But just going to other physical places is not going to bring that inner peace. That inner peace has to come from within and from that divine presence that breathes in you the breath of life in your nostrils. And you have to be so at one with that place in this time of chaos. Because again, chaos is no more than an opportunity for a new beginning. For a new beginning. That's what it's for. A new beginning. And you get to create it. Remember I said something last week before Elder Brown got up was, again, latter glory. Latter glory, meaning the glory that you're about to experience now. It's going to be far outweighing than the glory that we have experienced in the past. And it's not just in the material possessions of things, because you done been there, you done obtained those things, and you got those things, but you didn't get that eternal glory, that peace that you're looking for. And only it has to be revealed through his eternal presence, through the oneness, the connectedness. So our life is not our own. Let me do the scripture again. The power belongs to God, but the authority he gave to us. that he gave to us will determine how we walk and how others walk around us, because the authority has been given to us, but all power belongs to God. God has given us authority. God has given us dominion. Meaning you had every right that you could have stayed home today. That was in your authority. But you chose to get up in the spite of the storm, and you weathered the storm, and you dressed yourself, and you chose to come out. That was in your authority. The power couldn't do that. The power gave you breath, gave you strength, gave you ability. But the authority, you had to choose. You have to choose if you want to let something affect you in this season or not. I can look at things that's going on around me, and I can choose to see what we consider to how bad things are. But I choose, because it's been given to me as authority. Do not despise small beginning. When something get ready to shift on a grand scale, it's going to start small. That's why you can't judge your life based on where you are now. Before a new glory comes, there will always be a stripping of an old pattern. In the natural, we understand that. Again, if you want to do floors, you wax floors, or if you paint cars, there's always going to come first a stripping down to the base. And the reason why you will strip it down to the base, because the old coating, it worked for a season, but now it done faded. It's all scratched up. So now you got to strip all that old coating off. It don't feel good. You're in the process. Getting you ready for your latter glory. If you don't quit, if you don't give up, that's what Bishop said in the prophecy that he spoke. If you don't quit, if you don't give up, he said, tell the people to go forward. He said, first of all, what are you going back to? And he was talking in the terms, again, when the children of Israel came out of Egypt, it was gone. What I'm saying, the thing that you came out of is no longer there. It's no longer there. Guess what? You are here at this moment, a defining moment in your life, in my life, and those that are close around you. You're in a defining moment. How you walk it out will determine how it's going to affect others. You may not think it does. What you do affects others. What you say affects others. Now, others may have the potential to push past it, but what you do affects them. Whether you think it, you do or not, you affect them. Whatever words or whatever thoughts you put out there affects people's lives. And if they don't know how to process it, you can turn their life where it was going down a place of scrape, it'll turn to take another path. That's the weight that you carry. That's the authority that you carry. People are watching you, how you go through what you're going through. People are watching you. People are looking at you. In the middle of the storm, they're looking at you. They're hearing what you say. They're hearing how you respond. They are looking at you. That's how important it is. So we don't take these moments lightly. We don't take these time lightly. Every now and then, God will put us in these places Unusual places where things have shaken up. When you expect things to be a certain way, then they shift on you. What do? You spend time on what's going on, what's happening, or move in with the shift. You may be seated. Move in with the shift. Because when shift go around you, it's already taking place. The shift has already taken place. Whether I'm going to be part of it is determined on how I gain from it. It's determined by me, how it's going to affect me. It's determined by me. That's the possession, that's the power that you carry as a person, as a child of God, as a kingdom citizen. That's why the Bible talks about seek first the kingdom and its right standing, meaning the principles of the kingdom. And then all these things that you was thinking of going after, they're going to become and added to your life. They just going to enhance your life. They're not you. And they don't want you to get so tied to the things so that you can continue to progress and move forward. And guess what? Other things going to be attached to you. Too many times a problem will happen where we got so attached to creation that we left the creator. We got so attached to the creation, what we seen, what we done, and we forgot that we was co-laborers or co-creators with the creation. Anything that happened in your life individually, anything that happened in my life individually, because I'm co-creators with him. I'm creating it. Whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, I'm creating it. I'm a part of it. We begin to learn that and seek that and look and see how things affect us, what moves we in, what emotional state that we are in, what psychological pattern that we're in. It all plays a part. And if any one of them is out of balance, it's going to throw the whole process or the whole manifestation out of balance, because one thing is off. But when it come into a divine alignment, everything working together, you're going to begin to see something that's glorious. Again, when Overseer Brown was talking about the place called there, get to the place called there. And the key is, what do there look like? Because you can be in there and not recognize it. Looking for, you can be right in the very place of your promise, right in the very place of your healing, right in the very place of your deliverance, looking outside of you for healing, looking outside of you for deliverance, looking outside of you. And what I mean looking outside of you, looking at the things that has been already established. Again, it's in you. Once we come to that realization, we are the very presence, the very essence of creation. So again, you can bring Paul in. Just breathe in the very breath of the Almighty. Again, there's places in the scriptures, especially in the book of Psalms, where there's a place where it says Salah, Selah. Stop and meditate. Let there be a divine saturation that takes place. May there be a divine saturation that takes place in your life right here at this moment, where the peace begin to arise. May there be a divine arising. I wrote this thought down earlier this morning when I was sitting, and I began to just look and listen and go back and remember the things that has been spoken in this house, over this house. And it brought me to this thought that this is a luncheon place. This house, like a Tarleton, is like a luncheon place or a luncheon pad. And I think Evangelist Tracy said something years ago, and we had it on the wall, that this was a equipping center, meaning it was a luncheon place, getting you ready to lunch from a place, not to stay at the place per se, to lunch. Every so often you come to the place to be refueled again. And it was different individuals that have came through this ministry. I'm talking about well-known ministers. Well-known ministers. But they wasn't on the level or platform that they're on now before they came to this place. And once they came to this place, it's almost like they shot up like a rocket. And I had to remind myself again, a rocket is not made for the pad. It is prepared on the pad. The rocket that they just launched into space, it wasn't made for the pad. It was prepared on the pad. And what happens is we have to understand that you're not made for your condition. You're just prepared in your condition, getting ready. And the longer until we come to the realization of what it's for, it may take longer to get ready, because I don't know why I'm sitting at this pad. I don't know why I'm sitting at this place. Seem like I'm not doing that, seem like I'm not fulfilling some things. So now the thing has to, it's like also prolong it, because we never really understood to the fullness of why we're at this place, at this junction. And sometimes we'll go out and look, and it'll appear that everybody else is moving, everybody else is flying. Why I'm not flying? Why I'm not moving? Because there may be something greater in you. I've noticed during this season of the year, what we call spring season, where everything is blooming. I mean, the flowers and the roses are beautiful. The azalea bushes are beautiful. When Macomb was like a city with just azalea bushes. I mean, but you know what? They don't bloom but one time. Just one time in that season, and it's beautiful. Oh, but a rose bush, it'll bloom, then petals will fall off, then it'll bloom again, and petals will fall off again, and it'll bloom again. Sometimes you have to know who and where you are and how you're blooming. Because what happened is we're looking at everything else and not looking at what God is doing in us. So, you on the luncheon pad. That which was hidden or concealed is now being revealed in the light of presence. That which was hidden or which was concealed, is now being revealed. You don't just take it off at once. That means there's a unfolding. There's something that's so unique that's been concealed in you. And it has to go through the light of God's presence to be revealed. The light of his presence to be revealed. Because it's concealed. Again, Papa Hammond said something years ago, it wasn't hidden from you. It was hidden for you. Sometimes you can come out too soon. Oh, hear me closely. Sometimes you can come out too soon and other individuals have different motives will attach themselves to you. And if they attach themselves to you, it ain't for the greater good of you. It's something that they seen that you haven't embraced yet, but they're going to take what you got and misuse it. Misuse it. And when they misuse it, then guess what? You will go through this withdrawal place. You'll be hurt. You'll be offended because you didn't know that it was hidden in you for a season. As I look around in the natural, it's happening even around with our singers, superstars. They had talents, they had gifts. And the world system took it. And once they used it up, you have to be mindful when people give you certain type of accolades at the time. Listen to their motive. God gave you a hidden spiritual discernment. But because I'm looking outward, because this will seem like it's rising, this will seem like it's rising, it seems like I'm not going nowhere. What happened to Esau? He sold his birthright for a bowl of soup. And when he tried to go back and regain his birthright, he had already given it up. He gave it up. So, say change. Change don't come from without. Change come from within. Too many times I have found myself, I ain't gonna get mad with myself, so somebody else may get mad if I say we as a whole. But I found myself trying to change everything out there. And when I found myself trying to change everything out there, and then when everything out there started changing and I haven't changed. When I haven't changed, because everything out here need to change. But right here, I'm implying everything is together. Because everything else out here need to change. And change is to make or become different. Make or become different, a different substance, entity, transform. That's what change is. A different. So I want everything out here to be different. Everything out here. I want my children to be different. I want my spouse to be different. I want my job to be different. I want my income to be different. I want everything out here to be different. I want the political arena to be different. But right here, In the center of my being, I don't want to be different. And that's why it was so important when Elder Alice said, again, she heard the song, I give myself away. That you may use me. Meaning I can't use you in the sense where you are now. But you have to give yourself permission for me to get you ready. I can't put new wine in old wineskin. So I'm trying to put new wine in an old system. Meaning, in other words, I'm trying to put new people in the political arena, but I still got the old system. And if I got the old system, when I put the new people in there, and if they don't understand, they're going to become corrupt just like because the system is already. And if you're not careful, when you go into a new system, and you think you're going to be able to change an old system, you get ready for a fight. So change. And whenever you get time this week, and I want you to look it up, this homework for you. Look up the butterfly effect. Look up the butterfly effect. Many times, again, we waiting on individuals. We trust people from platforms to tell us. And we say, and we don't give them an opportunity to do homework for themselves. So again, we wait on the politician to give us instruction, and we never follow up. You understand? But what we want to do, endeavor in this ministry, for you to begin to see and think and do your own homework and your research, because some things you wouldn't have seen until you go down that path. So again, it's a concept in chaos theory, stating that the small minor changes in the initial condition of a complex system can lead to vast, unpredictable, and significant different outcomes. Just a small change. Just a small change in your daily activity can shift the whole dynamic of your life. In chaos. Look at look at Genesis chapter 1. Because I was looking at and look up the word Genesis. And like I said, it's a very, very familiar passage of scripture. And we understand in Genesis chapter 1 because it talks about the history of creation. If you may not know all the books between it, but you're going to know this one. Because that's where it started. You understand? But if you look at the word Genesis, it's the origin, mode of formation of something. The action of forming or the process of being formed. It's the action of forming. Genesis. You are at a Genesis moment in your life today. Hear me. When you're in a state of chaos, and the global, we are in a state of chaos. When you're in a state, you're at the beginning of something new. Chaos is a complete disorder and confusion. Complete disorder and confusion. Behavior so unpredictable as to appear random. A great sensitivity to small changes in condition. So when things is so chaotic in your life, Just one small thing that will shift something because you're so accustomed. Like I said earlier this morning, we came in, we go through the place, what we call intercession prayer, right? And then we get through it there, and Mr. Tasha get up and sing, right? That didn't happen this morning. So just a little change. So what happens when you're so accustomed to going somewhere and doing something a consistent way, and then just a little change? So again, we're at a beginning place. And let me read Genesis, because it starts talking about the history of creation. How many, I understand, you know, and I'm not trying to change nobody's theology, but how many Genesis moments that we have that we don't know? It was just narrated to us a certain way. And so what we do, we get what we got, and we work from what we are and what we have, and we try to go by the way of the Spirit so that He can reveal that which is concealed in the Scriptures. Because if it's not revealed in the Scriptures, then you'll miss what the Scripture had to say. That's why Jesus was able to say, search the Scriptures, for in them it was talking about me. So if you can search the Scripture, in them it was talking about you. So in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. And the earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. That sounds like chaos to me. That sounds like everything was in a chaotic state, but there was a room for a beginning moment. And it said, on the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the water. Then God said, let there be light, and there was light. This ain't talking about, again, the light as we know it in our natural English intellect or dialect. This is talking about that which is in creation that you speak from. The very light that's in you, that's behind all your organs, that you don't see, but it's there. That when you give it a command or a word, whether you know it or not, you activate that light and call it into existence. That light is not in some of us, but light is in all of us. Some of us have tapped into it, and it became relevant to some of us more so than others. But what happens is those individuals that walk in the light, they unconsciously cause the light in someone else to shine. So therefore, Jesus walked in the light of the presence of God, and because He said, I am the light, that means if I am the light, He said, you are the light. So therefore, the light is in you, radiating from you, and whatever you put your mouth on, when I say mouth, your emotion. How many have ever heard your feelings ain't important? Don't pay attention to your feelings. How many have heard that? Especially in the Christian world, and how many of us try to walk with that? Well, if your feeling wasn't important, why God give it to you? If all those things wasn't important, why would He tell you be anxious for nothing? Because anxiety carries a different weight, a different level of emotion. And when you speak from that place, you intervene and activate that light that's in you. That's why you'll say, I'll never let nobody else. Okay, we rephrase it like this. It'll be a cold day in hell. That's a different level of emotion. And when you say it from a different level of emotion, you already set the pattern for your future. So when something come up to activate or release it, you already set the pattern. It can't go beyond your words until you break that cycle. Till I break that cycle. Because I get to a certain place in my life. Because I already established it. So therefore it can't go further than I allowed it to go. Where did it come from? From me. From my emotion. From my anxiety. From the hurt. From the pain that has been passed down through generations. So again, when you go back to the butterfly effect, so again, once it began to move, and once it began to change, that means everything goes in to a comatose-like state. How many in the last few, I say years, a couple of months or so, seem like you're in like a comatose state? Trying to figure out what's going on. It's almost like you were going this place. Now, what did I go over here for? You know what I'm saying? You can be driving down the road and be like, wait, what man? How many did that? And if you're not careful, you have to be mindful, because sometimes you'll say, I'm losing my mind. Or I'm going crazy. I have seen and heard people say that for years, not understanding the power of what happened there, Alan. You know. Because they kept, I said, don't say that. No, they kept saying, I am. You have to watch. Because we think we just saying stuff. No. There's a light in you. There's a light in me. So if I can begin to understand, I recreate, I reconstruct those things. And so again, and God is showing us in the book of Genesis the history of creation. The history. Because what happens is, if you're not careful, coming up, when we was children, before we got a certain age or we got a certain place, other people spoke it over us. Either our parents unconsciously, or the community unconsciously, or the teachers unconsciously, or the preacher unconsciously. Because those were people of authority. And you recognize them as people of authority. And when they said something, you took it on unconsciously and you began to live out what was spoken over you. But now there comes a time and a season you don't have to live under that no more. I don't care if mama wasn't there. I don't care if daddy wasn't there. I don't care whoever wasn't there. I have now. And I can speak from where I am. So, and I looked at this other thing where again, how language, it began to mess people up. Language. Language again is a method of humans communicating with each other, spoken or written, consistently or consistent of the use of words in structure and conventional way. Now tell me, now this is just me, you know. If you can just tell me something straight, just tell me, why would I have to have a lawyer? Why would they put it in such a language that you have to have a lawyer to do something for you when you can just tell me? Because they understand, if I can confuse or if I can control you through language, I control the massive. But again, that's the true problem. Again, the language. And what happens is we try to suppress the infinite into the finite through language. We try to suppress the infinite. Now, could I look at the word infinite? Infinite means the limitless or the endless, which is in space, extent, or size. So when we talk about God, we talk about the very infinite presence of God. So when you hear the word God again, don't look at it in the sense of it's the big man in the sky. Because again, we say that that's language. We say he's the big man or the man upstairs. How many have said that? In English language, if you walk upstairs, you got a house that got stairs in it. That's the only concept you're gonna have. Or the big man in the sky, you putting him in a physical form of a man. You understand? Because again, it's building a concept, a mindset. But when you start talking about the infinite presence of God, where we live, move, it's the infinite presence of God is sitting right in this space right here. Matter of fact, the infinite presence of God was in your car while you was driving here. But see, most of us think that I got to come to these four walls because I'm coming to hear God. No, the infinite presence of God is where you go. So when you speak of the infinite, now what I'm doing, now this building is finite. Meaning it has bounds. I don't care how large it is, how big it is. We can knock those walls out and put a wall over there, knock this wall, put a wall over there, but it still got bounds. And as far as you can go is to the wall. Oh. When you walk in the infinite presence of God, you can go as far as the eyes can see. That's why he told Abraham, as far as you can see, Abraham, I give it to you. And so what we do, again, through language, we try to put the infinite presence into our little finite mind, into a book, into a religion, into a concept, into an idea. And we try to define God in that way. Well, when somebody else comes and they begin to experience the infinite presence of God in another form, you understand? Then it messes with my theology because I think it has to be a certain way. Not knowing that we're talking about an infinite, limitless, boundless, able to do anything he wants. When I say he, I mean, present. Because, we've been conditioned to say he. And some people have took that because that's finite. It's presence. Because again, in Genesis, he said he created man in his image. He created male and ain't just talking about a physical woman, ain't just talking about a physical man. It's talking about the very essence of creation. Because that's where you create from those two entities coming as one. Again, as I stated before, can't nobody in here, whether you be male or female, be in this place except the two infinite presence, or the two presence came together, the woman and the male. I shared with a young lady the other day. We was coming out of the hospital. I said, first of all, everything they gave us, they was drawing a narrative. How we know it's right. But we took it to be right. Every one of us in here came out of the womb of a woman. Whether it be male or female, we came out of the womb of a woman. And when we look at, again, in the earth, The woman was the one that while that person was inside of the womb, she preached to him, she talked to him. So where did they get their first sermon from? You see? So again, we get stuff so confused. So all of a sudden now we out here, what do we call earth? Mother Nature, Mother Earth, right? Well, who take care of us? Where you get your resources from? Where you get... So we get stuff so confused through language, and we wonder why we missing it and everybody else continue to go on. Because they train us and condition us. And when you come to a place where once it run its course, you're going to come to a place of chaos. And that's what we are today in mentally, our personal life, many of us, corporately, church-wise, many of us, government-wise, many of us, in the school system, in the banking system, in the hospital. I think I said something the other day. I said, you know what? We have to pray for those that's on the, when I say the front line, when I say front line, meaning whether you in a school teacher, whether you are a hospital worker, whatever vocation you do, simply because those individuals is wearing thin because they taking the brunt of everything. They don't have enough EMTs. They don't have enough firefighters. They don't have enough officers. They don't have enough school teachers. But the ones that's carrying the load is wearing down spiritually. When I say spiritual, because what happened is it's been set that way. And so our responsibility is to pray for them, because again, what happens is they will go through a place of withdrawal because the energy is being sucked out of them. So again, this is a place where now a new beginning will take place. And that's why we have to be able to hear clear. Because a new, I use it a new system, but it ain't a system, but it's a new era is arising. And you can't put it in an old system. Now you may use some concept or some ideas from it, but you're in a whole different season. So again, look at Psalm 62, and then we're going to close. Because again, I know that something has transpired and is transpiring. To relate to again that power come from God. All power come from God, but the authority has been given to man, or to human, to man and woman. And again, the authority is the right or permission to act in a specific way, delegated from one person or organization to another. Meaning, if I give you authority, that means you have the right to operate based on the authority that I have given you. So if God has given us authority, then we have the right to operate. It said, truly my soul silently wait for God. From him comes my salvation. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not greatly be moved. And then he started talking about, how long will you attack man? You shall be slain, all of you. Now, this ain't talking about physically. Like a leaning wall and a tottering fence, they only consult to cast him down from his high position. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Then he said, my soul wait silently for God alone, for my expectation is from him. He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. In God is my salvation and my glory. My glory, the rock of my salvation, and my refuge is in God. Trust in him at all times, you people. Pour out your heart before him. God is a refuge for us. Surely men of low degree are a vapor. Men of high degree are a lie. If they are weighed on the scales, they are altogether lighter than vapor. It said, do not trust in oppression, nor vainly hope in robbery. If riches increase, do not set your heart on them. Verse number 11 is what I want to deal with. It said, God has spoken once, twice I have heard this, that power belongs to God. Also to you, O Lord, belongs mercy, for you render to each according to his work. You render to each according to his work. So again, if God said once has spoken, God has spoken once, twice I have heard this, that power belongs to God, and God has given us his authority. Matthew chapter 28 verse 18. Verse 18 of Matthew chapter 28. And Jesus came and spoke to them, saying, all authority has been given to me in heaven and where? On earth. And if he had said all authority has been given to him on heaven and earth, he said, now I give the authority to you. So that means you have authority in heaven and you have authority in earth. That means you're able to create. Daniel chapter 2. I'm just giving you some scriptures to allow us to know that how we go from this day forward will determine what we create. What we create. Where did she go? He go. 2 verse 20 and 22. Yes. And 22 says, Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of God forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his, and he changes the times and the season. He removes kings and raises up kings. He gives wisdom to the wise and a knowledge to those who have understanding. He reveals deep and secret things. He knows.